there, Betsy Batista here, the Executive Director of the Quantum Alignment System. Let's talk about the specific acupoints that we tap on as part of the EFT tapping sequence. Every point that you tap on as part of this process and part of the sequence is connected to a specific energy meridian of the body, and it has a very specific purpose about why we're tapping on it and how it can support the process of shifting out negative patterning and creating the space for us to tap in something new. So the very first point that we always tap on as part of the EFT tapping sequence starts here on the side of the hand, and this is connected to the small intestine meridian. The small intestine meridian is really great at releasing feelings of being stuck, at allowing us to be in the present moment, promoting ease and the ability of moving forward, and just generally in helping us to let go. So this is the point that we start with, and we're tapping here on the side of the hand as we do our setup phrase 3 times. So if the purpose of tapping is, of course, to release old negative patterns, things that have been stuck in our mental emotional body or in our physical body, it makes a lot of sense that we would start here with the small intestine meridian to promote ease and letting go. The next point that we tap on, well, I suppose some people begin with this point as part of the tapping sequence and some end with it. Some people do both. But the next point is here at the top of the head, and it's right here in the center of the crown. And so this is actually not one specific meridian point. It's actually the meeting of all the other meridians. It's also connected to the crown chakra. So essentially, tapping here really is a powerful point because it can stimulate all of the other meridians that we're tapping on as part of the sequence. It also can really help open up our spiritual side, our connection to a higher source, and generally open the crown chakra and open us up to promote ease in the healing that we're doing in a session. The next point that we tap on is right here. Probably shouldn't have had glasses on for this video. The next point that we always tap on is right here on the inside of the eyebrow. So all of these points that are around the eye are going to kind of follow the orbit. So if you look for kind of the inside point of that eyebrow is right here. And this connects to the bladder meridian. So we use this point to help release trauma and pain, to release sadness, and to generally promote a sense of peace and well-being. So this on the inside of the eyebrow is the bladder meridian here. The next tapping point is here on the side of the eye. Again, you're going to follow the orbit around right here to the side of the eye, and this is the gallbladder meridian. So the gallbladder meridian helps to release resentment and anger and to promote clarity and compassion. The next tapping point as we move around the eye is underneath the eye right here, kind of right in the center of that orbit there, and this is the stomach meridian. So the stomach meridian helps to release fear and anxiety and increase feelings of contentment and calm, and also general feelings of safety. So again, stomach meridian is here connected to the acupoint under the eye. The next tapping point we'll stimulate as part of the EFT tapping sequence is underneath the nose. So it's kind of right in that little groove between your nose and your upper lip. And this is the governing vessel meridian. So the governing vessel meridian can help to release shame and feelings of powerlessness and actually to promote feelings of self-worth, self-acceptance, to actually empower you, right? If you're releasing powerlessness, it's probably a pretty powerful or empowering point to tap on. It can also really increase self-compassion. I will say anecdotally, a lot of times as I'm tapping with my clients, when we get around to here, I'll often see people have a nice big release and feel a big shift in energy. So that governing vessel meridian can be a very powerful one. The next tapping point we come to is kind of in between your lower lip and the chin. So it's kind of in that groove or cleft of the chin here. And this is the central meridian. So the central meridian can help release confusion. It actually promotes clarity and more of a sense of certainty. It can help you feel more confident and even to accept yourself more as well. So this is the central meridian here, kind of at the cleft of the chin. Next is the collarbone. I find a lot of people think that you're tapping right on the collarbone with this point, but actually if you find where the collarbone kind of juts out here, where you're very prominent clavicle, and actually come right below that, there's like a softer, kind of fleshier part right below the collarbone, and that's where you're tapping for the collarbone meridian. And this is actually the kidney meridian. So the kidney meridian can, again, help release feelings of being stuck and to promote confidence, clarity, and the ability to move forward. I find that people can have a lot of stuck energy in the kidney meridian. So tapping here and really releasing the things that have gotten lodged there. If you think about it, our kidneys are one of the organ systems in our body that help to filter out toxins and to filter out the things that aren't serving us. So tapping on the kidney meridian and perhaps some of the things that have gotten stuck that needed to be released can be really helpful and really powerful. The final tapping point in the full tapping sequence is right here under the arm. So if you are a person who wears a bra, it's kind of right up where the bra strap is. You can feel it kind of on your rib cage if you kind of take the line of the nipple and follow it around to here on the side under the arm. That's where you're going for. Some people can't reach that point for any number of reasons. If you've had surgery, if you have shoulder injury, if you are a well-endowed person, that can be a hard thing to reach around to if you just can't reach like that. So an alternative tapping point as well for that is actually on the side of the arm, and it's on the side of the thumb, kind of below the wrist bone, a few finger breadths down. You can actually tap right there on the side of the arm as well if it's too hard to reach around and get under the arm. But I find if you are doing side of the arm, some people will just lift one arm and do it one-sided, or I personally like the bear hug method where you reach both arms around and get both sides at one time. So that under the arm point connects to the spleen meridian. So the spleen meridian can help us to release guilt, to release worry. If you might find that we're really obsessing or stewing around on something, it can kind of help us to let that go, to improve our clarity and confidence again, and just generally kind of create a feeling of relaxation and in letting that go. So those are the correct tapping points for the EFT sequence, starting with the side of the hand and going through all the various sequence tapping points. I hope that this video helped you today to understand what energy meridians you're tapping into when you tap on those acupoints, and that you can use them well in promoting greater confidence, clarity, and releasing all the things that are no longer serving you.